Maybe not on a Monday.
Maybe.
Good morning. This is the Drainage Board meeting, November 17th, 2025. Call this meeting to order. And I have the minutes from November 3rd.
I'll move to approve the minutes from November 3rd.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And then we have a survey to look at.
The 550 Kirshner Weasel tile has required more periodical maintenance than the balance of its fund, and we need to raise the annual maintenance. The new assessment will be raised to $555.23 with a minimum of $5 per acre. Total benefited acres are 185.64 and a new rate of $298 per acre. I'd like to have that hearing on December 5th.
Motion for that.
Motion to set the hearing.
Motion to set the hearing on December 5th.
Second.
A motion and a second to set the hearing of
December 15th.
Oh, I thought you said December 5th.
I might have.
December 15th.
December 15th on the 550 Kirshner Weasel tile. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Move. And we have a short list of claims. I move we approve the claims.
Second.
And a motion and a second to approve the claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. You got a lot of work going on now.
Up there behind your shop, you dug that tile open. You know of any laterals bigger than 6 inch up there?
I don't think there would be anything bigger than sticks going in.
Something your dad may have put in years ago. Probably wouldn't be big.
Well, I think all the 8 is farther south. So you
Nothing going behind would be going northeast behind north of the pond there.
There might be on Kevin's portion.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be one up there. I'll take a big T. Okay. That's all I got.
Do you have anything? Either of you have anything? Did you have something this morning?
I just wanted to report in on some log jams as it pertains to drainage board. Nothing big. We're closing up a 2-year lake and river enhancement grant from DNR that's specifically we use for log jams. 2 years, $60,000. I've got $2,000 left in it, and I've got a log jam. I'm just trying to get a contractor to look at it and see. I don't think it can be done for 2,000. Soil and Water may have to kick in more money in order to cover that for the contractor. I don't know for sure exactly how that's going, but it's on Cherie Spurgeon's ground south, of course. And I don't know. These grants are able to be applied for in January. I'm running into more landowner hassle. Believe that.
No.
Now you're shocked. I have not talked to my board about it, whether they want to reapply again for another 2-year Lake and River Enhancement Grant for log jam removal. You know, that is in this county on, Pipe Creek and Deer Creek, so it's only south end.
Right.
I just wondered if you guys had any input, whether you cared really whether Soil and Water applies for that grant or not. And the drain and the surveyor's office as well, what that looks like and how important it is to you or not. Just because the last two I'm not sure it is worth my time with the hassle.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
What's the hassle?
You'll on the grant, if there are two landowners, one on one side, one on the other, they both have to agree to 10% each of the contractor's invoice, or they can do that work in kind. So typically that could be burning the debris, so the contractor gets it out of the creek. The landowners could burn the debris. They can reseed the stream bank. Those kinds of things can be done in kind where they don't have to pay money. And I've had in the last two of them, each of those two log jams had two landowners each. One of them has always said, I'm not paying a dime. It doesn't bother me any. So that's the attitude. So then go ahead,
That's
Greg.
usually the attitude, and they got to pay 100% of it.
Yeah, so 10% should be nothing,
It's not on their property, and don't. It's on their property.
Well,
in
it's
your
on their
case,
property.
but a lot of times they don't. They're maybe a mile away from where you're doing the work.
Right.
I personally feel like it does good for me. You guys having that opportunity to clean up some log jams for the price. I know it's more work for you, but they got a log jam, and I haven't got funding for that ditch. We had to do a lot on Big Pipe Creek log jams. But, Deer Creek's a mess most of the time, and Big Pipe Creek is only legal to 300 east.
Mhm. So that big mess down there on, I don't know my road numbers very good, but it's Wilson's, Double L Wilson's, just probably a mile back from the county line on Deer Creek, a mile east or so of the Cass County line. Almost took out the bridge. The county highway had to do quite a bit there. Do you know where I'm talking about?
No, but
400 West.
Yeah, I don't know my road numbers.
I think I remember you telling me about it.
Den lives right there.
Down there
Keith
by
Den lives.
down there by Wilson.
Yes.
Yes.
Double L Wilson.
Right.
Yeah. That stretch from the bridge because east of there was JB, I believe, and no kind of maintenance for years, and all that crap was coming and nearly took out that bridge.
You actually had.
We had more on west
Yes,
of there that
right.
we worked on.
Uh-huh.
Yes. A couple years ago.
Most of the ash trees are about done falling in the ditch, but that's 90% of what's in there. But we get a big wind or something, they're going to throw a big tree in the creek, and they're going to catch stuff. So, but it helps. Somebody wants it out. Your program helps do that pretty cheap, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you guys.
It's hard to get the word out to people about it.
Well, I usually tell them if they come, they want me to do it. So I
know.
I can't do it. I send them to you.
Right.
You have a hard time finding contractors to do that?
Yeah. I mean, with South End, there's not that many anyway, and you got. Well, this last log jam involved a contractor who came in wanted to pursue it on the grant. Now, to me, you own that equipment, it's your land, you should be getting that out on your own, but the bid that came in was cheaper than what that contractor bid at, which I was kind of glad because that was gonna be a red flag in my mind anyway of a contractor and landowner getting the bid. So I was kind of glad it didn't work out that way, but he was not very happy. But yeah, kind of both of those. That was a LeMaster and Scott Floyd.
Yeah, that generally won't happen very often. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but
that
I think
case,
he had his own personal
vendetta.
not a vendetta, but a personal what he was going to do with the machine. He was going to have to rent a bigger machine, and had more things he wanted to do with the rent of that machine. So, so I was glad that didn't work out. But when he didn't get the bid, then he became pretty cantankerous about it all and not working with me. And we already had agreed this is how it was going to be done. Yeah. So that's why I say it's just getting to be a pain, but you guys deal with that constantly. So anyway.
Yeah, 16 was closed for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Did all that work right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was less than 2 weeks after they packed up and moved out. A big old tree falls right across within 30 feet.
Oh,
Well,
geez.
they had the internet wire going across the creek. This tree fell right across the internet wire that was laying down there. And I was the landowner, so I
North
got
side.
it myself.
North side of the road.
Yeah. But I mean, all the vibration and all the stuff they've been doing
Yeah.
down there, they leave, and then this tree falls, and it was larger than I thought when I went down there to get it. But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any commissioners' comments regarding the grant?
no, I'm fine with it. You'll work on rivers too.
Yeah, I know. All right. No, it doesn't quite cover that.
Who does? I suppose DNR, but all the piles of dead trees creating islands or making islands larger in the river. I mean, there's some massive
Yeah.
dead piles.
Until they hit a bridge, they don't know that. Until they're up against a bridge, I don't know that there's anything.
I think the DNR likes them log jams. Probably. They don't do nothing.
Those islands can create. It's definitely over on the Wabash. In Wabash County, is created when they create an island and the trees continue to grow, and then the river goes out around. Then that's when it cuts into the stream banks, and then there's other issues if that property is enrolled in a CRP and it's cutting into the filter strip, or then you got issues that we can somewhat deal with, or there are bigger grants, IDEM grants that can deal with that too. So anyway, okay. So what I understand, commissioners are like, you're good if we do, you're good if we don't.
You're willing to put up with the hassle that doesn't help.
Okay. All right. So positive from the surveyors and commissioners. Okay.
It's just what you wanted to hear, right?
And I just wanted to bring it to you so that you are informed and not just take it for granted that you know what's going on. So, if you guys don't hear anything, you don't know. So, that's all I had that really related to drainage. Can I talk to you since there's nobody else here and you're still, or can I not do that?
No, fine.
Okay. I really appreciate, I just came off of the 43-day shutdown, and when that happens down in the USDA building, Soil and water, is not allowed in the building, not allowed to work in there. Did I go in and out and try to grab stuff? I mean, how do you know? You don't know how long you're going to be shut down for. You don't know what all you're going to need. I'm not packing up the whole office and taking it with me. So, I was out at the extension office. That's kind of our policy. We've set that up. It's a great partnership. They had an empty office, and so I had my own office area, which was great. The only problem out there is I don't have a Purdue username, so therefore I had no access to a printer or a scanner. Soil and Water owns their own inside the USDA building, which is a machine like this tall that you're going to have to haul out on a truck if you wanted to get it out and use it. Appreciate the county email, and the district does have a computer, got that up and going. I had never really used it, but obviously was going to need to do that because I have used the federal computer inside the federal building, which has lots of capacity. It's all free to the county. I use the federal computer in there, federal office supplies. I make no claims to the county. Soil and Water doesn't for any type of supplies. So basically all you're paying for down there is people, salaries and benefits, of course. Soil and Water has a lot of its own funds, and so we can pay for a lot of our own things, but really appreciate that county partnership and the allowance to go out there to extension. And those people were wonderful out there to work with, very accepting and accommodating. And during that time frame that I was out there, I was trying to set up another rig, for lack of a better word, for our contribution agreement that we're doing with CRP that brings in dollars for Chris Brown to get ready to go look at CRP sites. So we have basically Gary Horner and Chris out looking at those CRP sites in 6 counties that are bringing in dollars. We just got approved and active of another 5-year agreement with feds. Happened before shutdown, like one day before. Thank God. And that'll bring in several dollars into the district, which we try to put back out in the county for cover crop cost share and this new septic program. We are finally getting some applications with that. It's been very slow this year coming in, but it is happening. So just wanted to express appreciation for the partnership during that. I felt like I was a limping dog, it seemed like, for 43 days trying to accomplish work and yet not in full capacity, if you want to say that. So anyway, thank you.
We're just glad it's over. The shutdown.
Yeah, I know. The other thing that I want to be sure that you're aware of is that since the engineer, what was his name, that retired?
Einstein, Ken.
Since he retired, Janice Hughes and I have been working together on the registration for the SAM, System for Award Management, that the county has to have their own registration. We have our registration. The county highway has a registration. The EMA has a registration. So that was something that the previous auditor wanted nothing to do with when Ken retired. I had already worked with them as Soil and Water with our registration, so that kind of got passed into Janice and my plate. Janice and I worked together for that first year quite a bit. Since then, it has come more on my plate. I feel like it really needs to come back into the courthouse. It is on the registration, and Fred, you remember this because the feds were requiring that SAM registration for a while to all corporations. It's been several years ago, and when Rick was in there, he said, "Hey, Mary Lou, can you assist landowners with this, because I had to do it for Musselman Land Improvement as well." I mean, that corporation every corporation had to have a registration. It's more of a contractor's thing, not a farm thing, and it finally went away because they finally saw that it was not applicable to farmers. But that registration is easy to renew as long as you do not let it lapse. If you let it lapse, it's like starting all over again, and it is a pain. It asks for your banking information. You have to confirm that your banking information, because that's how you get federal money into your account with that registration. So they ask for your banking information, you know, your bodies that are the auditor, the treasurer of the county. I don't want to know your banking number as the county. I don't want to confirm that you are at First Farmers Bank. I don't know that information. To me, it seems like that should be something that is back inside the courthouse, either the auditor or the treasurer's office. But I have continued to do it because it's pretty important that if you don't keep it up and it lapses. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. It will come for renewal again in February of 26. So it's an annual renewal.
Have you talked to Annette about it?
When she first came on, I did. And of course she was overloaded, and I said, no, I would not place that back on your plate in your first year of learning all of this again. And so I continued to do that. But like I said, it's got the treasurer and the auditor's name on it, and it has the banking information. So whoever deals with all of that, I don't know for sure.
Well,
The
if you could
most.
approach her again and assist her through it, that
Okay.
would be helpful.
The funny thing of it is you probably realize this in some of your own personal stuff when you're dealing with feds. It will have a verification that comes back to my cell phone. It's, you got to figure out how to get that all transferred over. So it won't be an easy thing, but it needs to happen, I feel like. So yeah, I can talk to her about it.
Okay. I'm sure if it's federal, it's not easy.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Those plat books coming.
I have not heard back from them. I should expect a draft this week. And then I'm hoping to have them in print by beginning December. So I'm going to check in with them.
I actually had a couple. I've seen all the advertisements. And
Yes, I've tried to put it out there to watch for it and expect it. And I had a couple people last week in the office too, wondering when. So any day now. I heard that from the feds for like 6 months. Any day now. Okay.
Morning.
Any other questions for me? Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to
Move we adjourn.
get a motion and a second to adjourn? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.